Welcome to In the Cool of the Day. We are honored to have our special guest back for the third time by popular demand. She has appeared on Rock Your Block, Skills to Pay the Bills, and now on In the Cool of the Day. Our guest is the founder and CEO of iBOSS Inc. and also founder and CEO of Through the Lens of Small Business. So please join me in welcoming Ms. Lorette D. Farris. Lorette, welcome.
Thank you, Tia.
Thank you so much for being here with us today. Well, you know, Lorette, some of our viewers may say, Tia, why are you focusing on small business and your show is an inspirational show and the Cool of the Day is an inspirational show? But I believe with all my heart that God cares about every facet of our lives, from the most minute thing to the largest mountain that we are facing. And when you and I talked, the first scripture I thought about was in Matthew 25, I think it's 14:30. And I'm just paraphrasing a little bit. A rich owner summoned 3 of his workers, and he gave one a talent of 5, he gave another a talent of 3, and he gave another, the last one, a talent of 1. And he charged them to go out and make a profit on what he had given them. The first guy came back and he had made a profit, the one of 5. He had increased what he had been given. So did the second person. But that last person took the 1 talent and went and found the deepest hole he could and buried it. And the owner was very unhappy with that and basically ended up firing him. So I believe that there are many talented and really brilliant business people in the church, but for some reason, we either take our profit and don't know what to do with it, don't know how to make it move into something greater, or we just bury it. So for that reason, I thought that this was a good time to have you come on and talk about some of the things that you do. So I know you've been on before. You've been on 2 of our other shows, but would you just tell us a little bit about iBOSS, just to bring us up to date for those people who may be tuning in for the first time?
Thank you for that question, Tia. I developed iBOSS to assist small businesses raising capital. So it doesn't matter whether you're in a spiritual place or whether you're in the secular place. If you own, operate, and run a business, at some point you're going to need to raise capital. And that's what iBOSS does. It helps business owners to understand what's available and how they can access the capital that's there to help them grow and move where they're trying to go.
Lorette, tell us a little bit about your background and why you were able to form iBOSS so easily. And you did do it really easy and quick.
I would like to think it was easy and quick, but I am a former investment banker. I ran an investment banking firm. I was the president at one point. I was director of compliance at another point. We did full service from IPOs, secondary offerings, private placements. So understanding security rules, laws, and regulations is something that, I've done for over 20 years.
Wow.
When the Jobs Act came out and the exemptions that were placed and what small businesses could do as a result of it was really what made the difference for me coming back into the industry, and that was what was the basis for forming iBOSS. Mm-hmm. Because I knew that many of the businesses that those exemptions would work for didn't know that the exemptions existed and then don't necessarily understand how to walk through them.
Right.
And again, that is iBOSS' purpose, to really put that information out there and help those businesses to get the capital they can now get because of the Jobs Act.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, iBOSS has a sister company known as Through the Lens of Small Business, and I'm really excited about that. Tell us about that.
I am also. Through the Lens of Small Business was always the educational platform that we built out with iBOSS.
Okay.
Because number one, these are new regulations, but number two, security regulations to begin with can be very daunting. I wanted a platform where we could really just educate people on what's going on in the financial service industry, but educate from, and that's why we came up with the name, Through the Lens of Small Business. We're not looking to put out the same kind of information that you can get if you're on Wall Street or understand Wall Street. We're looking for those companies that can still use the same processes, but just don't know where to go or understand how to go through it. That was the purpose for Through the Lens of Small Business.
Well, let me ask you this. Let's say I'm a small business, or I want to become a small business, but I haven't advanced, maybe not even to the point of getting my idea down on paper. Am I a candidate?
There is a section on the Through the Lens of Small Business website that is actually, and this title gets a little longer,
right.
Through the Lens Market Development.
Okay.
Our market development part of the website is really designed to help entrepreneurs understand a lot of those pieces they need to put together to try to move their company forward. So understanding sales and sales cycles, or your market and how to penetrate the market, how to create your collateral material, your business cards or your brochures or your flyers. So that is the purpose for Through the Lens market development, that you may not be ready thinking about or need to raise capital, but you need to figure out how to increase sales, how to penetrate your market. And that's the purpose of that. So again, we have it under Through the Lens of Small Business as a piece that helps to educate businesses on the things that they could do to move their company forward.
And under that concept, there are many components that work with different or address different needs.
That is correct.
Wow.
That is correct.
Well, you know, a bird in the air recently told me that you are about to launch an exciting television series. Now, I really want to know about that.
That is very exciting for me also. Daily, I'm pinching myself to make sure that I'm really walking through this. But yes, Through the Lens of Small Business is about to launch a television series called The Fish Tank Show.
Whoa.
And The Fish Tank Show is designed, continuing that education platform, but now it becomes very entertaining. Entertaining in the sense that businesses will be submitting specific issues that they are running into in financing their company or getting the capital that they need. They will get answers to their specific question from expert panelists that will be on the show. And then there'll be a special edition on a quarterly basis that is an investors platform where now they get to pitch their business idea to investors to possibly walk away with investment capital.
Well, you know, a couple of weeks ago, for the first time, I did watch, I guess, a reality show. I think it's called The Shark, or Ouch.
Shark Tank.
The Shark Tank, yeah.
Yes.
How will your show be any different than that show?
Difference with Shark Tank is there are a panel of huge investors. When I say huge, I mean the size of their portfolios and how much they invest. And there is a particular company that gets an opportunity to pitch what it is that they're doing, and these sharks go at each other when more than one are interested in the opportunity, as well as they all gang up sometimes and have no interest in the small business owner that's presenting to them. Difference with Fish Tank is there will be some entertainment component to it. Right. However, we have a panel of 3 strategists who will listen to specific areas of pain for businesses that are trying to raise capital. So on the show, we will actually play videos of these business owners who are trying to figure out how to overcome an issue. And those strategists will give specific answers. And let me fix that, because one person may feel one way and someone else another way, but each of them will give their take on what that business owner could possibly do to solve the issue that they have.
Oh, okay.
Additionally, on that special edition with the investors, now a panel of businesses get an opportunity to really question investors to try to unearth which of them may have interest in their company. Because what I want to happen is for the viewing audience of businesses to hear the exchanges that should go on when you're looking at people who could possibly invest in your company.
Right.
Just because someone says, I got $50,000 I want to invest in your company, doesn't mean that's the right $50,000 for you to take in. But how do you learn, how do you really question investors where you're still respectful, but you get what you're looking for at the end of the day? Because this investor may not be the right investor for you, but that one may be. And that's what I want to come out on the show.
Well, you brought up a question. Where will the buck stop on your show? Because I've seen shows, and it's just like roughshod, that to me, there's never a reason for anyone to be rude or bad behavior. And I'm looking at some of these shows, and the behavior is just horrible. And it's almost like the whole game is to make you feel as low and as bad as I possibly can. And it was like the buck didn't stop anywhere. It was just the sky is the limit. I know some of that is the entertainment piece of that. But on your show, where will the buck stop? Will there be somebody there to keep things even?
I will be the moderator.
Uh-oh.
So there is a moderator on the show.
Okay.
But I think also the difference is we're coming at the Fish Tank show from a different perspective. We truly are continuing the education side. Okay. So it's truly set up that the entertainment value is truly bringing out questions, issues, concerns that many other small businesses have, and having people who are, that's what they do in helping businesses, so their ideas or recommendations or suggestions can be utilized by many.
Yes.
While they're addressing that one particular concern. So I also believe that because we're doing it on a local level, we're building this out regionally. And so what's happening is in the Washington, D.C. metro area is the first place that the Fish Tank show is going to air. And again, it's designed to educate people watching the show as opposed to showing people how to beat up on each other.
Right, the entertainment piece is just a little part of it.
Yeah.
Well, we are going to take a short station break, but we'll be right back with our special guest, Lorette Farris, as we talk more about Through the Lens of Small Business. Don't touch that dial.
Hello, I'm Lorette Farris, and I wanted to tell you about an exciting new educational and entertaining television series that will be coming your way during the summer of 2014. Through the Lens of Small Business will launch the Fish Tank Show. The show focuses on the D.C. metropolitan area's small business owners and the money chase for capital to start or grow their business. The investors on the show will be quite busy as they are subject matter experts who will provide advice to the business owners and possible direct investments. We are currently interviewing and selecting participants for the audience and those to give their 10-minute elevator speech to the audience and investors. If you are interested in participating as an audience participant, or if you want to go toe-to-toe with investors, call or email us at info@throughthelensofsmallbusiness.com. Also, don't forget to watch 3 of my favorite cable shows, Skills to Pay the Bills, Rock Your Block, and In the Cool of the Day on Fairfax Public Access. Check the dates and airing schedules at www.fcac.org. thank you through the lens of small business.
Welcome back. Prior to the break, our special guest, Lorette Farris, founder and CEO of Through the Lens of Small Business, was sharing with us about the entertainment part of the series that you're going to be launching in about, what, the next 90 days or so. The question that I have is, where will your investors come from? Will they be primarily from the Washington, D.C. area, or are you going internationally or national? How is that going to play out?
So investors will come from wherever the investors that are interested in what we are doing.
Oh, okay.
When it comes to investors, they will generally dictate where they'll invest their money. So you have investors that will invest nationally, internationally. You have other investors that want to invest local. Okay. Because they want to be able to kick the tires and visit. So as far as investors are concerned, what I am looking for more so are investors that are open to providing information and guidance to businesses, and who are interested in possibly investing in businesses that are a part of what we're doing Through the Lens.
Right.
It's the businesses and or the companies that we're working at keeping them more local, i.e. regional, because iBOSS will roll this fish tank show on these local levels in various metropolitan areas.
Okay, so iBOSS is still going to be a big part of this educational piece.
Yeah, iBOSS will always be a major part of it, because the security rules and regulations are the biggest piece of ensuring that companies get it the right way. What I mean, for instance, companies that are on the show, it's one thing them being on the show to talk about their financing problem. It's a whole nother thing once they come on the special segment to pitch investors. Right. There is a thing called general solicitation. Yeah. So they have to have their paperwork in order, because it will be deemed that so again, for the businesses, it's more important what they're doing, how they're doing, and for them to be from the local area than it is the investor.
Okay, so because you got to keep everything right, so we're not wearing orange suits.
That would be exactly right. What color bracelets would you like?
Right. Yeah, so let's move a little bit to criteria. Let's say that I'm interested in being on our show. So do I get your number and call you? Hi, Lorette, how you doing? I want to be on your show. And, you said, okay, 4:00, be here. How does that play out?
So the anticipation is growing greatly. And so we have set up a web page that will allow businesses to upload their business plan, executive summary, so that we can review it. We need to see that first. Okay. We'll review the business plan. It could be their full business plan. It could just be their executive summary or business profile. But we need to see that first to make a determination as to whether they might be a good fit or not.
Would this be a separate committee that would be doing the initial review, or would the investors actually be a part of that?
No, the investors are not a part of that. Okay. So it is, our back office that's taking a look at these plans as they come in. Those that qualify, we will contact them to then determine who might be interested in putting together a video so it's played on the show, because because they qualify, they may only be trying to qualify to be in the audience.
Right.
Those that are in the audience also have some special perks that go on, but of those, again, that qualify, we're now looking for those who are interested in having their issues showcased and getting an answer from these strategists.
From the strategists. So this is, even though it's educational and there's a little bit of entertainment going on, this is a very serious, thought out, systematic process.
That's exactly right.
And just listening to you, it appears that it's going to help more than just the business. It's going to help everybody. It's like a win-win situation. Even if the person doesn't get the money, it seems like there's something there for everybody. Could you speak a little bit to that?
Absolutely. The way that we've built it out is, again, though businesses will submit their, I'll just say, business plan. We'll review them and get back to them as to whether what it is they're doing or looking to do, if it fits what's going on. If it fits, they have one of two options. They can say, yes, not only am I happy that I fit, but I want to send in my issue so that it can possibly air. Or I'm not so much interested in sending in my issue, but I want to be a part of this. You didn't ask me, so I'm going to throw it in there. This virtual financial incubator.
Oh, I like that. Virtual financial incubator.
Right.
All right.
So for companies that pass the business plan stage, we want them to be in the audience, because there will be time for question and answer from the audience. There will be time that someone is called upon. There will be times that they won't know who is going to be picked to actually be on the stage pitching to the investors. Wow. So in order to get in the audience and have a shot at any of the other pieces, you got to get past the business plan stage first.
Right.
Those that are in this virtual financial incubator, over the course of 12 months, through the lens of small business, there are going to be programs and sessions that we're doing with them to help to get them from where they are to where they're trying to be. Right. And the whole system is, and that's why I reference investors. We're interested in investors from wherever they are, because we're looking to work with these businesses to get them to the point that they are investor friendly.
Wow. Let me ask you this. Let's say that I am a person, I've got a great idea, I'm strapped for cash, and I can't afford a trip right now to come to the Washington, D.C. area. How will I get my word out there, or that's just curtains for that person?
That's a part of the reason that we want to build this out regionally. So our first base is starting in this metropolitan area, in the Washington, D.C. area. So the businesses that are initially going to be on the show are driven from this area. Okay,
but if they were out, could I send a tape in or a DVD or something? Or
we will definitely look. And the reason we'll look and build it is because we're then going to move to the next region and the next region.
I got you.
Okay? So there will be a fish tank show going on in the New York metropolitan area. And then the Los Angeles area.
Wow.
And then the Orlando area.
Don't forget the South. I was going to say, don't forget.
I tried to get all parts in. There's about 30 metropolitan areas we are considering doing a fish tank show in, because we want local businesses to have a platform to go to in order to make the same thing happen.
Right. And these investors will be giving up some bucks to help out, right?
Well, keep in mind, investors are also looking for good deals.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
If they get the information and the companies are poised to make the returns that the investor is looking for, they have a happy day also.
Right. That is so. Well, there's another question that I want to make sure that we get to. We have a few more minutes left, but to me, family is very important. I mean, that's just the foundation of our society, really. Yeah. How important is that to you, and how has your family supported you? Or do they support you? Or they say, that Lorette is out on another crazy scheme again?
Well, I have a few of you. You just touched on a couple of family members. However, my son is actually my boss.
Really?
My son owns iBOSS. I work for him. He knew how to invest in someone who could bring in the business.
How old is that child now? I just remember him as a little...
I'm not answering that one. That tells on me.
Tells on you. I mean, he's old enough to...
Yes.
And so he's an integral part of your business.
He is the CIO for the company. So iBOSS stands for the Internet Back Office Systems and Services. The way we deploy the bulk of our services, it is online, virtual. We use a lot of applications and processes that cut out you know, many of the administrative procedures that hold companies back sometimes. And we're able to do that because, again, he is the technical wizard that helps to put these pieces together. So he takes care of technology, I take care of the raising of capital, and we put it together.
Wow, that is fantastic. I just can't, I'm just thinking. He's not in high school anymore.
He's not in high school anymore.
What would your advice be to those businesses that they just don't know what their next step could be? Maybe they would want to come on the show, but they're intimidated about doing so. What would you say to them?
I would say those are the businesses that, in order to be even in the audience, you got to submit your business plan, summary, or profile. So if you just have a business profile and you want to be at the table so you can start hearing the conversation, so you can start seeing how to operate in the equity market space, then do that. Just put together your profile and submit it. You can let us know you're not interested in submitting an issue, but that's the only way we're going to be able to get you at the table.
Right. So it's open to really everybody.
It's open to everyone.
Right. That's
You
good.
just have a little bit of work to do, and if you want to run a business, you have to learn how to do that part anyway.
Right. That's true. Well, Lorette, our time is just about up. I want to thank you so much. This has been wonderful.
Thank you.
And we promise to keep our viewers up to date on the airing of your new series through your new series about the Fish Tank Show. If you have any questions or comments for Lorette, her information is scrolling on the screen right now. Thank you so much for watching In the Cool of the Day, and remember to be at peace with God and with those around you. Until we meet again, have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.